So it's about that time we finally do the Nezuko tier list. She's been out for about 2 weeks and we pretty much figured out all the matchups for this character, all the bad and the good matchups for this character, all her flaws and all her strengths as well. And I'm going to go into detail with that because I feel like she's the most controversial character that has been released so far in this game, free DLC or not. Everyone seems to think she's A tier, B tier, but I'm gonna surprise you guys with this one because I feel like she is very powerful character. And I know it's pretty soon, but there's already people who've won wanted, like Night Demon, who's won wanted with Awakened Nezuko in the first to 5 against a Nakaza, who also used Susamara and Slayers. We also had Silent also using Nezuko in one of the tournaments as well, and eliminating a top Slayer player and almost eliminating a top Akaza player. So she is very strong character, and I feel like a lot of people kind of think she's bad because she has no neutral, but in fact she has strong neutral when it comes to mid to close range. She is a whiff punish character. She's not a character you could just play brain dead with, throw out a water wheel, throw out your little disorders and air types. No, you gotta get in close and then you do your damage. When she gets in close, that's where she shines at. You cannot outrun her. She will lunge you, and if you try to run away, she can tilt skill you. Her tilt skill has a crazy hitbox. I know the startup of it is really terrible, but when it hits you, it actually has an insane hitbox. You cannot actually run from it if you're mid-range. Trust me, I've done it so many times. Now I know you can't cancel out her skills, they can't really connect, but you do the regular up combo and her combo, and then do the tilt skill into regular skill, and you're doing a solid 36 to 39% depending on the character, and Demons is getting over 40%. She gains the meter the fastest in the game because most of her stuff is red combos. She heals almost like a Kaza. Now you guys are thinking oh, she has to chase you. You cannot run from this character forever. Like I said, you really can't. And when she gets close to you, that's where she shines. She gets her damage and then she runs away. What are you gonna do now, right? What are you gonna do? She can also push block demon skill. That's a free punish that you cannot get out of. She can pretty much kill pretty fast with her DP into ult. If you get caught lacking and she has 3 bars, you're pretty much dead. She can do really easy TLD combos because of her insane damage. I know people saying damage isn't everything. It's not, but it definitely makes up this character overall with her strong mid to close range neutral. She also has a very safe plunge that you cannot push back lunge. She has a super safe plunge. You can't push back lunge it, right? And it starts a yellow combo, which only 2 other characters I believe starts one, which is Sabito and Shinobu. Let me know if I'm missing another one. It probably is, but she can do a lot. Her tilt skill in the air is actually really good. I actually like using that the most. Her air game is pretty great. So now obviously it's time for me to show you guys the tier list and where exactly I placed her at, because after that I'll talk about some of her negatives, of course, that speaks volume, and then I'll let you guys discuss it more in the comments. Okay, so we finally got the tier list, and as you can see, I put her at the bottom of S tier, and I know people are probably thinking what, this is crazy. Hey look bro, I've been explaining this the whole the beginning of the video of why I think she's such a powerful character and why she's different from the rest of the cast, but she is definitely S tier to me. To be honest, I was kind of shaky on whether she's at the top of A plus or at the bottom of S tier, but I think the bottom of S tier is pretty fine. She, like I said, she's in a state like a pre-patch Akaza, right? Pre-patch Akaza, everybody thought Akaza was pretty bad, but then I played top players like Don, who was the best Akaza at the time in NA, and he used Akaza pre-patch he was great. He was supposed to be used in a completely different way. He wasn't fast, so he couldn't convert off of certain things that he can now, so he had to play more of a runaway game. So I feel like Awakened Nezuko is kind of in the same boat. Since she's not quick enough and she's a whiff punish character, you have to play with her a different type of way. And she's kind of like the Zenitsu, like the demons. She's Zenitsu, but the demon version. Zenitsu is basically the same thing. He's a whiff punish character. He has to whiff punish. He doesn't have a crazy neutral where he could throw a water wheel and convert off of it. No, he has to TCF. Sometimes he could do prime to call his assist to make him safe, yada yada yada, stuff like that. But she's basically just like that, but just a demon. So I wrote down in my notes about all her positives and all her negatives, so you guys can have a better understanding of why exactly I placed her right there at the bottom of S tier. So with this list, I basically wrote out all her positives, and I'm gonna explain a little bit further of why they help her in a lot of situations, because a lot of people seem to not quite understand. So she has a 1.15 damage multiplier with 29% healing off of boost, which is 1% less than Akaza, who takes 1.25. So let's put that into perspective. Zenitsu, Rengoku, Tengen, Susanoo take 1.15, and Susanoo's a demon that takes 1.15, but she barely even heals. So imagine that with almost Akaza healing, right? You have that to worry about. So she can hit you one time in the match, boom, now she heals, and now you have to approach her. Now she also has a safe plunge, which is a yellow combo starter, right? So you cannot, if she plunges on your guard, you cannot push block lunge it. She's safe after that, which no other character can do that, by the way. She has an insane lunge. Like I said, her mid to close range is her best game, right? So once she's in that area, you have to fear for your life. You got her hitboxes and her demon skills. Now there's a lot of times where there's people who are trying to run away from Nezuko, or like they're trying to like attack her in time while she's doing her kicks, or even the tilt or her tilt skill, and she would still hit you. Now the starter frames are pretty bad, obviously, right? But the hitboxes is what I'm talking about, because you can still get hit and you would think like you will punish it in time, or you're close enough. She also has the highest damage grab in the entire game. Like out of all the characters, she has the highest damage grab, and the hitbox on it is insane. To be honest, if her grab already has started up, like the starter frames are already active, I've seen her grab Rengoku out of Flame Tiger. I've seen people get grabbed out of dashes. I've seen Hill Bash get grabbed out of because of this grab hitbox, so that's a positive. She also gets a free confirm off of push block demon skill, so if she push blocks and then does her tilt demon skill, yeah, you're getting hit. That's a free confirm. Her overall damage, she does insane damage, the most in the game, I think. Like she does easy high damage, I would say. And also, since all of her skills starts a red combo, she gains bar extremely fast. I think the fastest in the game. And also she gains meter fast too while she's doing basic combos. So she can hit like any demon that takes 1.20, or any character that takes 1.20. She can do her up combo into tilt skill and regular skill, and that's doing 43%. That's a lot of damage. And then she heals back 29% off of boost, close to Akaza, and she takes 1.15. Let that sink in. I just want y'all to let that sink in, because a lot of people seem to assume like, oh, she cannot catch you, her neutral is bad. Her neutral isn't good, yes, but once you get close into that mid-range and close range, she shines more than like half the cast, if I'm gonna be honest. Now of course I only stated the negatives. Obviously I had to state the negatives to only be fair. I stated the negatives that stand out the most, that hurts her when it comes to matchups. Now that's her heavy. Her heavy is terrible. I think her heavy is like the worst thing about her, if I'm gonna be honest. It's super slow startup. It has a good range, but the startup is just so slow, and like you could just easily push block lunge it or just mash it on guard. It's like it's bad. It's bad. Her combos are limited, so she can't really continue after a regular combo, or like she can't tilt skill and then do a couple light attacks. So yeah, she's not that type of character to do complex combos. She's just to get in, do quick damage, and get it right out. She also has a slow dash, so obviously dash speed definitely matters in this meta, because to be honest, against all the demons, she's kind of like 6'4" against all of them. Like I said, which isn't that bad, to be honest. Like 7'3", 8'2", those are horrible, but 6'4" with Akaza, Enmu, and Susanoo seems about right for her. And in terms of her dash speed, that's what basically like hinders her in those matchups. But like I said, since they take a lot of damage, she can, you know, hit them, do a quick 40 to 50 easy 60% combos, and then get back out, and then they have to chase her down. And then also her skills on block is susceptible to push block lunge, so if you try to tilt skill on someone's guard, or do her regular kicks on someone's guard, they could easily push block lunge it. So yeah, that's kind of unfortunate, but you're not really supposed to be throwing it out in neutral anyways. It's kind of like oh, he's doing this, let me whiff punish. Or you try to open them up and force them to do a like some type of situation where you could DP. So basically that's kind of like everything I stated about Nezuko and her positives and her negatives. In terms of her toolkit overall, it's just great for conditioning players. I love the condition players. Like, you get up close, they try to mash, you DP real quick. Or like if they try to walk away, you do a tilt skill, because you're not trying to catch them in the neutral while they're standing there with the tilt skill. You're trying to get close and you're trying to lunge them, because her lunge is probably the best in the game, outside of like Rui, of course. But yeah, her lunge is just ridiculous. But like I said, this is how I feel about her so far. I don't really think I'm missing anything else that I need to say. I just know that I've been playing with her. I think people are like jumping to conclusions too fast. Like, a lot of people were saying she was A tier. My community was saying mostly A tier, B tier, some A plus and some S. But I think, like I said, she's not a character that is gonna carry you. Like, you cannot expect this character to carry you. She takes brain power, and that's not a bad thing, because she is still strong. I named all the positives and the negatives that she has, and of course her negatives forces her to not really compete that well evenly with the meta, but she can still compete due to what she offers to the table. And I think that's what people are missing in terms of Nezuko's toolkit. Like I said, she's different, right? She's different. I'm gonna keep saying it because a lot of people keep thinking she was gonna be the Akaza killer, and like, she's slow. Yes, like I said, she's slow. She's not, let's just say she's not meant for you, instead of calling her a bad character. Because let's be honest, a lot of y'all don't even use demons, y'all use slayers. If anything, if y'all use demons, y'all use Akaza. There's only a small handful that uses the other demons in the first place. So that's kind of what I wanted to say. I have her at S tier right now. I was talking to a villain about this too. He was saying S minus, but that's basically A plus. I was thinking A plus too, but everything, as I've been using her more and more, like I said, my opinion started to change. It's been 2 weeks. I've seen what she's capable of. Like I said, she's one buff away from being like the second best character in the game. If she has a faster dash, I know people want her to continue combos off of certain things. Like I said, the only thing I would want for her is to get a faster dash. If she gets a faster dash, like a level 2 at least, I'll be happy. I'll probably put her as second or third best character in the game if she has that. Other than that, I like the way she is. She's fun to use, the funnest character I have like fun with after a long time, besides outside of Giyu. So yeah, that's all I kind of wanted to say. Hopefully I got my point across, because I did kind of repeat a lot of the things, but hopefully I at least made some of y'all kind of understand why I think she is S tier. Of course, it's my opinion at the end of the day, but for the most part, like when it comes to character tier list, like a lot of the top players are gonna mostly agree for the most part, and I think a lot of us kind of agree that she's S tier or A plus at the minimum. So let me know what you guys think. We could talk about this more in the comments. I'm ready to debate with anybody, to be honest, because I think at the most, if I don't keep her in S tier, I would put her in A plus at minimum, the top of A plus. But yeah, thank you guys for watching, and yeah, I'll catch you guys in the next video.